YouTube, Chelsea the Reading Outlaw here to do another Friday Reads video for you guys. Howdy! How's everybody doing? Everybody ready for the weekend? I am! It has been a long week here for me, just with running around. Last week I had some time off work to go to my grandma's funeral, and so between that and recording the second episode of Magical Space Pussycats, which of course I will link down below, it has just been a little crazy, a little bit of running around. So I am looking forward to settling down, settling in, and getting some reading done this weekend. For those of you who watched my graphic novel wrap-up video that went up on Wednesday, you will know that I mentioned that I am really far behind on the reading I wanted to do for MidAmeriCon. There are going to be some really great authors there, and while I can't read the author, like the work of everybody who's going to be there, I definitely wanted to focus on some authors that are already my favorites and who I'm just kind of lagging behind on in terms of their work. So the first thing is a book that I'm reading on audio, but I do also have the paperback. This is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch. This is the sequel to The Lies of Locke Lamore, which I read earlier this year, and you guys will remember that I absolutely raved about. It is still one of the best books that I've read so far this year. It is about Locke Lamore and Jean Tannen and a whole different cast of characters, and they are con artists and thieves. And in this book, they've had to flee their hometown for a different hometown and are just kind of up to various new escapades in their lives of thievery. This is one of those series that reading each book is helpful, but you don't necessarily have to have read the previous book to know what's going on. Like, there are some areas where you might be a little confused or you kind of might miss out on some of the things. But for the most part, the plot operates fairly independently, at least so far. I'm about 120 pages into it, and I'm listening on audiobook and thoroughly enjoying it. The narrator for the audiobook is doing an absolutely amazing job with all of the various voices, including differentiating between the voices of Locke Lamore and Jean Tannen themselves and the characters that they are playing. So I'm really looking forward to wrapping this up. I'm also hoping to get through the third book in the series, which I believe is called The Thieves of Midnight, but I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, I'll put the actual title down here. But yeah, I absolutely love Scott Lynch. I am so excited for the fourth book in the series to come out. I also really admire him because he manages to turn out such amazing fictional work while dealing with his own bouts of mental illness, which he shares really open and honestly. So I really appreciate it, and I'm really enjoying it. And then next up is a book that I got in the mail, and I'm only like 5 pages into, but I'm absolutely adoring, and that is Imprudence by Gail Carriger. This is the sequel to Prudence, which the two of them together are a sequel to Gail Carriger's Parasol Protectorate series. This series, Prudence and Imprudence, is called The Custard Protocol. It deals with the children of the characters that we meet in the Parasol Protectorate series, so the children of Alexia Terabati and her best friend and various other characters. A lot of those characters make at least small appearances in Prudence, and they haven't really popped up so far in Imprudence, but like I said, I'm only like a half a dozen page into it. I just love Gail Carriger. Reading a Gail Carriger book is eating like a whole mountain of chocolate cupcakes with pink frosting. They're delicious, they are funny, she's so incisive and witty and clever. She makes really great observations about gender norms and gender stereotypes. The book itself takes place in kind of the Victorian era, but it's a steampunk Victoriana, and so everything is just, it's so good. This is one of those books, even if it's not the best, it's still going to get such a high rating for me because I just love Gail Carriger and all of her works. So I'm really looking forward to meeting her and just fangirling all over her and falling at her feet because she is just so absolutely wonderful. And then the last book is one that I have not started yet, but I am planning on starting probably shortly after this video goes up, if not sometime later this evening, and that is Shades of Milk and Honey by Mary Robinette Kowal. Mary Robinette Kowal obviously will be at MidAmeriCon, and we read one of her short stories, The Midnight Hour, for the BookTube SFF Awards this year, and I really loved it. It, for me, won the category of short fiction for the awards, so I am really looking forward to this one. This is a very Austinian kind of Regency England where the magic that exists is the magic of the glamour. So women can kind of glamour themselves to make themselves look better and to look different. And so it is a fantasy of manners, basically, from what I understand. And it has been a really long time since I read any kind of Regency era, Austinian kinds of things. They're not always always my favorite, but like I said, I really, really, really loved Mary Robinette Kowal's short story. So if she can write that like that, I am really looking forward to seeing what she does with this one. And those are my Friday reads, you guys. That's all that I have planned, or at least all that I have on the go at the moment. Knowing me, I will probably pick up another 500,000 things by the time the weekend is over. Let me know down below if you've read these. If you're going to MidAmeriCon, please let me know. I would absolutely love to get the chance to meet up with some of you guys. I know some talks like that are kind of already in the works. Otherwise, like I said, if you've read these, if you want to read them, if you have general thoughts, comments, questions, as always, you can leave them down below. You can also like and subscribe to get more of my delicious bookish content, and you can catch up with me all over the internet. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. All of the links are in the down bar. Until Monday, you guys, happy reading.